Almost 9 billion of Bitcoin moved on chain in 1 hour. Record is today's topic. And also we're going to check a price of the Bitcoin and where is this market heading. And now let's get started. Welcome back to Crypto Wealthy channel, guys. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you like this video. And now let's see what the Bitcoin price is doing. So as we can see, we're standing here on the daily chart on Coinbase exchange, and we can see that the Bitcoin price is still consolidating around $7,400. The reason why we're bringing this trend line of $7,400 level of support on the Bitcoin price is because this is one of the most important level of support right now, because it's holding and getting the whole structure above this trend line, which means that we are in bull market and the bulls are right now into some kind of a consolidation. Just is the matter of time when are they going to decide to push the price on the upside. If we zoom in a little bit, we can see that the bulls try to push through this 20 exponential moving average, which is one of the most important level of resistance and support in the Bitcoin charts. As you know, we talked about a lot, and today actually and yesterday we tried to retest and break it all over again, but we didn't manage it because bears was stronger in this case. And now we're going to see what is going to happen here, and this is what I'm worried about here, because this level of resistance of 20 exponential moving average could line up with the $7,400, and we all know that whatever level of resistance and support lined up with some another indicator that you put on the charts, or maybe Fibonacci retracement level of resistance and support, that level of support is very watchable by traders and investors, and it potentially could be much valid as any other strong sign for the bulls and the bears. Now, one more interesting and not so good stuff is the BTC USD longs. The longs on the Bitcoin chart are very far away from the bottom, and actually we are closing to the all-time highs from the 2017 bull market. I don't think this is such a good idea, just because from the reason whenever the longs have such a spike like we have now, as you can see we had it over here, we had a major crash afterwards. So this is not good, because at this point if we check the shorts, we can see here that shorts are still not moving from downside, and that's also not good because they are on all-time lows on the Bitfinex charts over here, which means that if the longs start falling down from the cliff, we could potentially see shorts starting climbing up and pushing the price further lower. So this is not such a good sign. Also, not to forget, we can see on the Bitcoin long chart that we spiked pretty fast on the upside, and if we compare that with the Bitcoin price on the Coinbase chart, we can see that those spikes were actually trying to push further on the upside here, and we failed, which means those longs did not have such an effect on the price over here, which means that we do not have enough new money in the space in order to push price on the upside. So this is the reason why we need the new money in the space. And also one more evidence for that is the volume that we have here is below $300 million per 24 hours, and that's not good at all. This is very small amount of the volume, which pretty much represent good platform for manipulating the Bitcoin price. As we can see on the 1 hourly chart, everybody are talking about this Bart Simpson chart, and the reason why it's called Bart Simpson pattern, we can see that it has a head, and this is pretty much hair here as a Bart Simpson from the cartoon. This is some kind of a successful manipulation from the whales, or maybe one entity, because the low volume is allowing them to do that. One more interesting chart here, we can see the MACD is converting into the bullish side, but it's still on the downside, and the oscillator is showing us that we are trying to climb on the upside, but the Bitcoin price is still suppressing on the bearish side. Interesting stuff about these indicators are they can still go further on the side, which means that the price could potentially fall down because of that. What we need to see in the next days that this chart will start to climb and those two divergences start to going far away from each other, which will confirm us the new bull trend into this market. The same thing applies for the RSI. We can see that we are got out from this oversold zone over here and we are now on the upside of this move, and as we can see the price started to react a little bit to retest this level of resistance over here, and hoping that we could potentially break this level of support if we continue to hit in it all over again, because as we know, whenever price is spending too much time on some kind of a level of resistance or support, that level of resistance or support should break sooner or a little bit later, and in this case we are pretty much a very little below this daily 20 exponential moving average, which is very important not to go further lower. Now enough of the technical analysis, now we're going to read some good news, and as we can see, almost 9 billion of Bitcoin moved on chain in 1 hour, and that's some kind of a record of moving the money through the blockchain. On December 4th, 8.9 billion in Bitcoin were moved on the blockchain in a single hour, excluding change volume, which is Bitcoin that returns to the sender. Bitcoin's high transaction volume was pointed out of B. Rafael Schultzcraft, the co-founder of on-chain market intelligence from Glassnode. In a tweet on December 4th, he claimed that such a high hourly transaction value was a first for the network. It's the highest hourly USD transaction volume in Bitcoin's history. Wow, this chart is showing and proving that. Now, one of the things that you need to understand here, this is not going to cause any kind of a dump, because this is exchange, and exchanges are always transferring the funds from one wallet to another, which is in this case exchange Bittrex. The reason why this news is very important is for you to realize how Bitcoin is working and how Bitcoin is important and easy to use more and better than bank itself, and how the excluding the middleman into transactions and transferring money and stuff like that is very important into the space. As we can read here, this is the proof. According to Tweet, the exchange performed 21 on-chain transactions within 1 hour, each of which moved around 56,000 bitcoins, nearly 416 million, for a fee of about 0.60 cents. Now this is the part where the banks are getting out of the game. Who knows how much would bank need to transfer almost $9 billion in 1 hour, and the question is if they could do that in 1 hour. On Bitcoin, you have the most secure transfer in the whole world, even from any bank. Nobody can stop that transaction, nobody can steal that money, nobody can seize that money, nobody can freeze your funds, nothing, for a fee of about less than $1. Now, if you find something like this on any other bank, let me know in the comment section down below, but we all know that's not going to happen. The tweet also contained a link to data pertaining to the first of those transactions. So this is why the adoption for the Bitcoin is very important. Great store of value, scalability is still on some medium level, but it could be better with the Lightning Network, and also the decentralization is very important because we are cutting out the governments, we are cutting out the banks and every middleman that could potentially stop your transaction, freeze your money, or whatever you want to call it. This is very big stuff to read, because this is why the Bitcoin will actually go to the $100,000 when the time comes, and all we need to be is to be patient and to start investing with the dollar cost average. So this is actually it for today's video. I didn't want to stall too much, and we are going to make some other video also tomorrow or the day after if we have some interesting news. If not, the weekend is ours. And thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to leave us a like and hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram and on this TikTok, because we are uploading there pretty much daily all the news. You can read there, commenting, get into the conversation with me and other people that are there. And until the next video, happy trading and goodbye.